Have you ever wondered why some seem effortlessly successful while others struggle? In life's intricate tapestry, determinism, predetermined outcomes, and luck, unpredictable chance, interweave, shaping our journeys in mysterious ways. Determinism posits every event as an inevitable consequence of past causes, seemingly leaving little room for individual control. On the other hand, luck, like a playful sprite, doles out fortune or misfortune seemingly at random. So, amidst these contrasting philosophies, how do we break free from determinism and attract what we desire? Robert Sapolsky, in his book Determined, A Science of Life Without Free Will, presents a scientific perspective on determinism that can initially feel like a sobering reality. If every action and choice are predetermined by a vast web of prior causes, what does that mean for our sense of agency and control over our lives? However, Sapolsky offers a vital resolution to this dilemma, suggesting that while free will may be an illusion, personal responsibility and the power of self-awareness remain critically important. Sapolsky argues that our sense of making conscious choices often follows the biological and environmental factors guiding those choices behind the scenes. This can feel like a loss of control, tempting us to fall into fatalism. However, Sapolsky argues against despair. Accepting the lack of free will, as detailed and determined, doesn't absolve us of responsibility for our actions. Instead, it allows us to shift away from moralistic judgments of ourselves and others, fostering compassion and understanding. This shift paves the way for making healthier choices within the constraints that exist. This is where self-awareness becomes our most potent tool. While we may not have complete control over our initial thoughts, feelings, or impulses, we can become intimately familiar with them. Through mindful observation, we create a space where we witness these internal forces without judgment. This space empowers us to make deliberate choices about how we respond to them. Imagine closely observing your own thought patterns, emotional triggers, and behavioral tendencies. This self-observation helps you understand the deterministic forces shaping your choices, as described in Determined. You begin to identify areas where you might be prone to undesirable or self-sabotaging reactions. Instead of blindly acting on these impulses, self-awareness allows you to pause, observe, and choose your response. You can consciously intercept automatic patterns and replace them with behaviors more aligned with your goals and values. Furthermore, acknowledging the deterministic forces shaping everyone's actions can foster greater empathy. Understanding that people may be acting out of unconscious compulsions or past influences helps reduce judgment and promotes more compassionate interactions. Dispenza, a renowned neuroscientist, argues that we are not simply passive products of our environment and genetics. We possess an inherent ability to consciously shape our realities by elevating our states of consciousness. He proposes a series of steps to harness this potential. Dispenza emphasizes the transformative power of meditation. Through regular practice, we learn to quiet the constant chatter of the mind, gaining access to deeper states of awareness. This allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions without becoming attached to them. By cultivating this observer role, we create space for neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on new experiences. As we observe and detach from limiting thought patterns, we pave the way for the formation of new neural pathways that support our desired outcomes. Dispenza advocates for the power of visualization and mental rehearsal. By vividly imagining and rehearsing the fulfillment of our goals, we engage the brain's reward system, stimulating the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and motivation. This process strengthens the neural connections associated with our desired outcomes, making them more likely to manifest in reality. Dispenza highlights the importance of cultivating positive emotions such as gratitude, love, and joy. These emotions elevate our energetic vibration and attract positive experiences like a magnet. By actively fostering these emotions through practices like journaling gratitude or engaging in activities that bring joy, we shift the energetic landscape of our being, aligning ourselves with the frequency of our desired reality. Limiting beliefs, often formed unconsciously through past experiences, can act as barriers to achieving our goals. Dispenza proposes techniques like affirmations and cognitive reframing to challenge and rewrite these negative thought patterns. Affirmations involve repeating positive statements about yourself and your abilities, while cognitive reframing involves reinterpreting negative thoughts in a more empowering light. By consistently replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones, we reprogram our subconscious mind and open ourselves to greater possibilities. Finally, Dispenza encourages us to surrender to the flow of life. This doesn't imply passivity, but rather a state of trust and acceptance. By letting go of the need to control every outcome, we open ourselves to the wisdom of the universe and unexpected opportunities that may arise. This act of surrender allows us to align ourselves with the natural flow of creation and fosters a sense of peace and well-being. These steps by Dispenza, when practiced consistently and in synergy, can create a powerful force for personal transformation. By combining meditation for self-awareness, visualization and positive emotions for shaping our desires, and reframing and surrender to navigate the process, we unlock the potential to consciously cultivate the realities we desire. The interplay between determinism, luck, and personal empowerment forms a complex tapestry. While external forces may influence your life, your internal state remains within your control. Through self-awareness, self-reflection, and the practical steps outlined, you can transcend the constraints of determinism and align yourself with the forces of luck and synchronicity. In the dance between fate and free will, it is through these principles and techniques that you unlock your true potential and discover the boundless possibilities within.